Hello, everyone. To everyone observing today, Merry Christmas Eve. I hate to be making a weather video under these circumstances, but given the fact that the entire east coast of the U.S. is going to be experiencing severe weather, I have got to do a video, and more specifically, I'm going to focus on my region, New York, because it is really unfortunate. Even during a pandemic, Mother Nature has just given us bad luck with these pop-up thunderstorms over the summer, with Isaias. We had a snowstorm last week, and now yet again another nor'easter that we need to talk about. And this time it is going to produce heavy wind. Yes, you heard me. Heavy wind. That's why we're going to finish up the video with windy.com, of course, because this is, again, some very serious stuff that we need to get into. And I just want to make sure I'm loading up the last of the radar, so that way I'm all I'm all ready to go. I don't want to be caught off guard, and then I don't have the last of what I need. That would be bad today. So this is a radar loop of the entire East Coast, and I will illustrate to you shortly just how serious this is today, because this is just very serious stuff that needs to get digested, is what I could say. I'm not good at my vocabulary sometimes, because this is just something that, honestly, again, did we honestly expect a storm today? Did we honestly expect a storm today? Nobody expected. If you had told me that there was going to be a storm on Christmas Eve, I would have laughed at you. I would have said, okay, we don't get white Christmases in New York, but yet, how in the world do we, I'm just laughing at myself seeing how serious this is. This is no joke. When I say this is serious, a lot of times I say this is serious. And I don't want you to, feel alarmed or panicked, but I want you to understand that this is, of course, something serious, something that you should not take for granted. This is a storm that can produce a lot of heavy rain, a lot of heavy wind. This is so powerful that you're looking at this radar right now and you're seeing the rain go further south near the Florida-Georgia coastline. And you're seeing this rain go into New England and far into Maine. So I will, give the illustration as we go along, because this is important. I don't want you to feel like you're left out, and then all of a sudden, why am I not made aware of this? And then all of a sudden, somebody didn't tell me there was going to be a storm in New York. So that's the obvious. So I'm going to put the other last radar here. 1 second. That way I have everything loaded up. Okay, now I'm ready to illustrate. So, here it is in Florida, parts of the Panhandle seeing rain. You go further up into Georgia, further up into the Carolinas, further up right now into central PA, further up into New York, which I'm assuming Binghamton's seeing flash flooding today. I would not be surprised with all the snow they got last week. All that snow's being converted into water, and now it's going to cause flash flooding, which is I don't even want to imagine what that situation is like. So that's the quick illustration. I just wanted to do a brief summary of what we're going to discuss with, wind and rain, because that's the highlights here. So let's get into our first thing we need to discuss. Okay, here we go. Here is the Storm Prediction Center. As you can see here, let's do a little bit of an illustration. That way you get an idea of what to expect. So let me center this on your screen right now. Looks a little bit better, but it could be worse. So you have slight risk all the way down in Tallahassee, Florida. And this website does constantly update, so I'm just giving you the heads up on that. Yeah, Tallahassee, Florida. Then you have marginal risk going all the way up to Philadelphia today, going up into South Jersey. Then you have Baltimore, D.C., further south, close to where, not near Miami, but a few miles, I guess, north of it, if you want an accurate idea. Then you got your enhanced risk. So where's this enhanced risk going, you may be wondering? Well, the enhanced risk is close to Myrtle Beach, which is very alarming to think that the Grand Strand has already been hit over the years with numerous hurricanes. The last thing they need in the Grand Strand of the Carolina coastline of South Carolina is more damage. Nope, they don't need that. Same for Wilmington, North Carolina. Do they need this right now? Does the Cape need this? Norfolk, Virginia, they had a tornado outbreak during Isaias. Do they need this right now? Nope. So, very alarming that this is the situation on Christmas Eve. But now, here's where things get worse. You see this? Right when I loaded up the Storm Prediction Center, this was on the homepage. They issued this. I'm recording this now at 12:45 p.m. Eastern. The fine folks in Norman, Oklahoma, decided to keep an eye on this area from the Grand Strand near Wilmington, North Carolina. So you see this little circle right here? That's where they're focused on. That's Exhibit A right there for you in a nutshell. Now we go to Exhibit B. See this? 42 minutes ago, NWS Tornado tweeted, numerous warnings were in effect in North Carolina. Where is this in North Carolina, you may be wondering? Well, you see here, not too far from 95. That's alarming right there, isn't it? Now, we take a look at this. More warnings. Here's one that was issued 10 minutes ago. So as you can see here, very alarming right there. And in fact, here's something interesting. This could have produced a rotation. This was close to producing a rotation from what this was here. See? That dark red, you never know. That could have been a rotation in the Carolinas. Right by Blandenboro. And it could have been too close to Elizabethtown, but hey, that was the Carolinas. Could we see something like this in New York? No. We're only going to possibly see a thunderstorm if we even get lucky to see one. Now, the good news is, we check poweroutage.com right now. And as you can see, we have no outages on the East Coast. Which is good to see right now, but this is not going to last long. Probably when you go into the wee hours of the morning, and we're talking tomorrow on Christmas, you're looking at a situation where this is going to be lit up. Alright? So I'll give you an idea of the map. I wish they would... Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the example. orange, red. I expect to see a lot of orange and a lot of red going into tomorrow morning. So knowing those weak power grids on the East Coast, they're very vulnerable. And they're going to be a problem. So now let's get into what's going to happen here, because this is just very alarming stuff. So I just want to go to the current conditions before we move on right now. So very abnormally warm for our area today. We're not even supposed to be near 60. Currently right now at Central Park, this is from 11:51 this morning. 56 degrees reported at Central Park. The humidity is at 72%. Currently we have cloudy skies in our area. So definitely it looks like conditions are deteriorating. So you can make that out for yourself. You can be AMS certified and add it all up and just realize that the American Meteorological Society nobody had ever taught you that this could happen on Christmas Eve on the East Coast. You would expect maybe a winter storm or a blizzard, and not something that maybe you would get in the earliest time of the year, maybe May. No. This is December of 2020 right here. And I would like to explain how this is working on this radar. So the problem is, here is all the cold air over Ontario, Canada right now. That's your low pressure system. Okay? Your high pressure system, oh, my bad, this is the high pressure. This is where the low warm air is. Alright? The problem is, I'll use my mouse for an example. The jet stream, once again, this time unlike the previous storm, it's moved so far south near Georgia and Florida. I wish I could show you what the jet stream is, because I have to find out where it is. But I know this for a fact. The jet stream is moving too far south. It's pushing... Okay, let me use my mouse. See where my mouse cursor is going? Moving all the way like this. Pushing up. Okay, so let me see if I can use the web paint for an example. Okay, here we go. Pushing it all the way up into our area. All this warm air is moving all the way up right now. So, see the purple? This is all the warm air. And what happens is, when you have the low pressure system, so we'll use the low pressure for an example, all the cold air coming in, right? This is the low. Currently we're in the high. Once you have the low pressure move in, moving east, here, oops, let me put New York for an example. Even put Boston. You know what? Here's a better idea. Let's start all over again. Right around here. See the blue line? The blue line represents the temperatures dropping later tonight. Alright? So let's erase everything. And let's do a lighter color of blue to give you an idea that all that cold air coming into our area tonight is going to, I guess, give us some normal wintertime temperatures that we would expect in January. Here we go. Ready? Ready to see how alarming the temperature drop's going to be tonight? Here we go. Ooh. So you'll see some lines over here. See, I wish this would be bigger. I wish this would be bigger, because in that way, you know, it would erase quicker. Yeah, there we go. Bigger than better. Here we go. So watch this. This is going to be Oops, let me put Maine in for an example, because Maine needs to be added into this equation too. This is just a general example before I get to New York. Here we go. Watch this. Watch what I'm about to draw. Almost there. We got it. See? What I just circled, this radar, huge temperature drop. And I'm going to show you on tidbits, on the NAM model, how quickly the temperature is going to drop. Because it's 60 right now. This time tomorrow in New York City, it is going to be not even close to touching 32 degrees. That's how phenomenal this unusual Christmas Eve storm is. And a lot of people are just letting their guard down because of this pandemic, and I get that. And, you know, look, my first priority is always going to be the weather. I mean, I like transit, but my priority is always going to be the weather. So, just getting that example out there. So, can we close this out? Ah, there we go. I knew how to close it out. So now we go into what's going on with the wind warning. So all of our region, now let's put the draw thing back. Let's make it red. So look at this. Okay. Watch this. This is where the high wind warning is. Alright? I'm sorry if I didn't accurately draw it the way it was supposed to. But, sadly, that is the way it is right now. And I will read you the official high wind warning statement from the NWS in New York in just a second to give you an idea of how alarming this is. And I know I'm making this a long video, but I need you all to understand that we have to learn our lessons from Isaias. Because I know I'm making this long, but if you pay attention this long enough, you're doing a very good job. Here we go. Alright, so this is from earlier this morning. Here we go. So do I have... Let's see what I can pull up here. Do apologize. Thought maybe I can get a statement of the let's see, can I pull it up? Here we go. This is what I want you to look at. This and this before we get to that. Okay, here we go. The National Weather Service in Upton, New York has issued a high wind warning for the following areas that are lit up. Do we even have it? Here we go. For the following warnings, for the following areas that are lit up in the orange color. So, this will last from tonight, 6 p.m. until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Here we go. So I just want you to look at this very carefully. 6 p.m. this evening to 10 a.m. Friday. South winds from 30 to 40 miles per hour with wind gusts to 65 miles per hour expected. So I don't want to go into specifics because then I'll really give everybody a headache. Alright, so here we go. Impacts. Damaging winds will blow down trees and power lines. Widespread power outages are expected. Travel will be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. So, pretty much word of advice tonight. If you don't have to be on the road past 6 p.m. tonight, please stay home. And more importantly, I know with COVID, everybody's trying to not gather right now. Please do not even travel past 6 p.m. tonight because you are going to see close to what the conditions were like during Isaias. Flood watch is in effect from this evening through Friday morning. So they're expecting 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. Very interesting. So now we'll read the PowerPoint presentation. Here we go. So, as you can see here, flood statements or issues right here. All right, so they have coastal impacts. I'm specifically worried about my mom's friend's daughter who lives in Norwalk. She may get flash flooding. We don't know the situation with Eversource because they're claiming that, oh, they may be prepared this time. Same with the United Illuminated Company. Yeah, right. They didn't do a good job during Isaias. And what's going to give you optimism that PSE&G is going to do something? So, honestly, they should just mention that power outages are expected. So, be prepared for that. Now, on the Atlantic, 5 to 20 foot seas. Wouldn't be surprised if coastal marine bulletins are issued tonight. Wouldn't be surprised about that. So damaging winds are going to be significant. Flooding, elevated risk. Coastal flooding, coastal impacts. So they're more worried about excessive rainfall, specifically going into this part right here and this part right here. Okay, makes sense. Rainfall amounts close to 2 inches in New York City. It's looking like the heaviest rain could be again in parts of Pennsylvania, parts of upstate New York. It looks like Sullivan County may see some heavy rain close in the county line. Then you got Connecticut. Probably inland's going to see more. So, flood watch. Yes, okay, they got the wind gusts right here. Whoa! Okay, this is very alarming. Look at this. Bridgeport's not too far from Norwalk, so they can see close to 60 mile per hour winds. And then you got JFK, close to 70 mile per hour wind gust. Could be worse over by the Montauk area right here. Alright, so I'm not going to go into more specifics, but I got to say, the NWS has done a good job giving specifics. So here's what they think on the future cast in terms of what the situation could look like. You're looking at maybe 5, 6 o'clock in the morning where your heavy rainfall amounts could be found. So let's focus on the NAM. We want to focus on the NAM because the NAM is going to be our tool in figuring out what's going to happen here. So here we go. Watch this. So again, low pressure combining with a high pressure doesn't make for a good combo. So I was right about the low pressure. See here? That's the low. High air here. So it makes a very bad combo that temperatures just drastically drop. So see that? See this? There it is. Early morning hours on Christmas. And then you get, noon tomorrow. Hang on here. The NAM thinks noon tomorrow? This is the new model that just came out an hour ago. Oh boy, this is not good. 24 hours from now. That is very alarming to even see that. Okay. Got wind here. I don't want to go to wind. I want to go to the temperatures. Here we go. Here we go. So watch this. Watch how the warm air is quickly going away. Watch this. Watch and see how bad this is. See that? There it is. Temperatures keep dropping. It's the low pressure system that's giving all this cold air. That's why you see those temperatures quickly dropping. Yep. It's amazing to even see this on the NAM. Look how fast this is. See, here we go. Here's Friday. And then here is Saturday. Yep. Alright, so I gotta try to at least get outside and see my porch and see if it even melted. Okay. Last but not least, let me just make sure I can get rid of this. Do apologize. I just want to give you the wind gust, because this is going to be interesting. So watch this. We're going to quickly play this model, and we're going to see the wind gust go up very slowly. In fact, let's go to midnight. 11 p.m. No. Ooh. Hang on here. This is 1 a.m., right? Wow, so there's that blue color right there. That's what I wanted to see. I'll show you. Look at this. See the blue color? Right there? Right there? Wow. This is 1 o'clock in the morning. Just to give you an alarming situation of what windy.com is even showing you. Okay, so with that, we are going to wrap this update up. Under a half hour, but it just gives you an idea of what to expect. And hopefully tomorrow or on Saturday, I will have another video up regarding the reports of damage. And of course, the amount of inches we got from the rain. And again, now's the time to prepare. Tie down loose items in your house or wherever you are. Charge your phones. Charge your electronics, because, again, I expect the orange and the red to light up going into tonight and going into tomorrow. So, with that, thank you all very much for watching. Stay safe. And again, please take this seriously, because a lot of people didn't do so during Isaias, and it ended up being a big mistake. So until the next one, please take care.